Agentic AI is set to transform procurement from both perspectives, both the perspective of procurement itself, but almost most importantly, its customers and internal requesters and how they interface. First of all, there's the obvious facts and benefits around Agentic AI in that it's always on 24/7 and it's always striving to provide constructive feedback and engage and help where possible. So requesters will feel that they're not, and it's a little like querying ChatGPT or some of these systems, that you feel like from a requester's perspective, you can ask questions you mightn't ask another human being, and that you don't want to feel stupid. People don't like to feel stupid, so they can interrogate an Agentic AI system and ask it to do work for them, and there isn't I'd say the barriers that typically exist between fellow colleagues, where you're asking someone to do work, you feel like you're being onerous. So you won't feel like you're being onerous. So it will actually lead to more questions being asked of procurement to do more things and a greater willingness to engage. And since the other part of your question, how will it change procurement and its own experience? I think it will be great for procurement itself because it will take procurement out of the weeds of routine or manual tasks and really allow procurement to spend more time on truly strategic work and supplier relationship management, innovation discovery, risk management, all of the things that machines aren't so good at. I think there's wonderful complementarity between ORO and Keelvar. So I see us shaping the future of procurement together because it's the breadth of ORO's solution and how it interfaces with various stakeholders in an organization, and the glue it provides in terms of integrating with systems complements the depth that we provide in sourcing, because every large enterprise has a range of different categories, and within those categories there are very specialized needs, and there's specific ways in which enterprises like to engage with suppliers, be it in raw material sourcing or logistics procurement or packaging or whatever it is that's really important to that company. So having the control and flexibility that a very powerful sourcing tool like Keelvar offers, combined with a very modern UX and a diverse range of integrations that ORO provides, that's a wonderful synergy. There's a lot of, discussion around AI agents, and I think it's becoming obvious to everyone that AI agents are going to make a material impact on all our lives, and not just in procurement, in many different ways. But specifically around procurement, I think that one of the biggest impacts that it will have might still be unexpected from procurement's perspective. It's that your suppliers are adopting AI agents at scale. And if you don't adopt AI agents in order to interact, negotiate, and deal with them, and also have a shared understanding of things like performance, then you're going to be at an informational disadvantage within your organization, but also compared to your competitors. I came from a background that was deep in AI research. I spent 10 years in an AI research laboratory, and in many ways, much of what we're building in Keelvar somewhat replicates the arc of research in an area of the computer science community called e-commerce, because it was only the e-commerce domain that was applying intelligent agents at scale. E-commerce community, these are companies like Google and Amazon, Microsoft and others, adopted AI at scale because they didn't have legacy challenges to deal with, or legacy workflows that they had to adapt gradually. B2B, it's always going to be more challenging when there's existing systems in place and people are used to using existing tools. So it's more of an evolution than a revolution in B2B. But what I can see is an acceleration. When we have success stories with some customers, that they're not just looking to move on to the next single success story, they now want to replicate it in 3 or 4 other domains. So we can see that exponential growth starting. So within 12 or 18 months, I think what we'll see is a very wide range of very successful applications of AI agents among all sorts of enterprises.